competition, energy, and improvement. It's about stringing days together. Training camp today starts now. Welcome into Training Camp Today, brought to you by Gillette. I'm Megan O'Brien. Today was the last practice before the players are expected to put the pads on. Once again, it was a team practice, meaning offense went up against the defense and there were competitive group drills. Now, Stephon Gilmore is coming off his best NFL season. He won the Defensive Player of the Year award in 2019, but now the question is, how will Gilmore respond in 2020? It all starts right now in training camp. During practice today, a period of time was spent on 7-on-7 drills, and it was clear the cornerbacks had the advantage. Now, of course, that's a position that has a lot of depth, but it all starts with Gilmore. Later in practice, the team worked on kick returns. Damiere Byrd, Kyle Duggar, J.J. Taylor, and Isaiah Zuber all took reps. Practice ended with a spirited 11-on-11 session. All quarterbacks worked their way through, sharing equal reps, and N'Keal Harry stood out as he showed great hands, snatching a ball high in the end zone for a touchdown. Paul Perillo of Patriots.com joins us on Training Camp today. Paul, we talk a lot about players making that year two jump. Someone that we didn't see much of last season, Damien Harris, has been out on the practice field and he seems to be involved. What are your takeaways from Harris and some of those other year two players?
Yeah, first thing with a guy like Harris to me is opportunity, right? I mean, you have Sony Michel on PUP, Lamar Miller is on the roster but has yet to practice, so a lot of chances for him to get out there and get some reps, and I do look at him as a guy that's been involved, just as you said, Megan. And I think with those year two guys, you want to see them moving a little bit more quickly, hitting the hole, not thinking as much, and we've seen that from Harris so far.
Paul, every year out of training camp, there's an undrafted free agent who earns a spot on the roster. Obviously, this year there are different circumstances due to the COVID-19 pandemic and there are no preseason games. What's it going to take for an undrafted free agent to earn a spot?
Yeah, it will be interesting because they won't have those reps in preseason games to open some eyes, but I think that the guys that are going to stand out to me are the guys that really get in the playbook, they really understand their assignments, and they don't repeat the mistakes. The errors that you see with some young players, as long as they learn from them and they correct them, I think a guy like Bill Murray, right? He's a defensive tackle. Again, no pads yet. We'll see that next week when they start getting some contact, but he looks very active to me. I think that's an area on the team that maybe is a little thin. Bill Murray's a guy to keep an eye on.
Thanks so much for joining us, Paul. That's it from day 4 of training camp, but padded practices begin tomorrow. We'll have your coverage on Training Camp Today.